Make room for me to sit down on?
I got you.
Sweet girl. So if you watched one of our recent videos, you know that we are expecting, which we're really excited about. And we now know if it's a girl or a boy.
That's right.
So I had a blood test, I guess last week before.
Yeah, last week.
And we have been anxiously awaiting the results, and it was so interesting to see in the comments. So many people said girls, so many people said boys, some people said twins. Honestly, I think it was split even between girl or boy of what people thought that it was. So we will not make you wait any longer. We're having a boy.
It's a boy.
It's a boy.
Yep.
It's so exciting. I mean, as long as it's healthy, we don't care. We're happy either way.
Absolutely.
But something in my gut just really made me think it was a girl. So I was really surprised to find out it was a boy, but just as happy.
It seemed like most people thought it was a girl. Like people that are close to us, most people thought it was a girl.
In the family.
But yeah, kind of weird that it turned out the other way. But
yeah, it was it was surprising, and it was so funny to see Katie's reaction. So, you know, they said they would call. They said you could come and pick up results, you know, in an envelope and open them. But I'm like, you know, just give me a call because that's like maybe a 30-minute drive for us.
Yeah.
So just go ahead and give me a call. And I got a call. And said unknown number, and of course, you know, everyone gets a lot of junk calls, so I didn't answer. And then I seen a voicemail. I was like, I'll go listen to this. And then of course that's who it was, and I was like, so let me just call them right back.
Yeah.
And it took me just a little bit to get a hold of them, and then I was so excited. She's like, do you want to know? And I'm like, yeah, tell me. She's like, it's a boy. I'm like, it's a boy, like trying to confirm. And so I was at mom and dad's house and helping mom that day, and Austin was at work. And I was just sitting in the living room, and mom heard me say it's a boy, like I was confirming on the phone, and she just zipped out of the kitchen into the living room and just looked at me like super excited. And you know, I got off the phone with the lady. Okay, I'll pick back up. We had to get Olive off the chest there. She jumped up on the chest to look out the window.
I guess she saw a squirrel or something out there. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. So anyways, mom was so excited. And Katie had just left to go to the post office. And so mom ran and told dad. She was very excited. And I had in my head had an idea that it would be funny, at least for someone, for them to find out the gender of the baby, the sex of the baby, for Olive to have a pink or a blue sock in her mouth. I just thought that, I don't know, I just thought that would be funny. And I knew that I would have to, I knew I would have to see kind of how it worked out. And mom heard me, so that gave it away.
Too late on that one.
So that gave it away. So I was like, but Katie did not. And Katie just, she told me the whole time, Corey, you're having a girl. I know you're having a girl.
She's very sure of it, too.
She was so sure. So she got home like, I don't know, only a couple minutes after I got off the phone. And so I was like, Mom, Dad, don't tell her. And I went off through the back of the house. I looked in her socks. I could not find a blue sock. I looked in Dad's socks. I couldn't find any of his socks. So, okay, Mom, you're the last chance here. And I found a blue pair of socks. And I gave Olive a sock, which she loves socks, so that's no problem.
No problem at all there.
No problem for her. And, you know, she took off through the house. And, of course, Katie didn't know what was going on. And Mom and Dad were like, oh, what's Olive got? Like, trying to get Katie to pay attention to it. And then I walked in there, and Katie knew something was up because we were all just kind of like excited and not saying anything. And she's just looking at us like, what are y'all doing? What does Olive have? Is she not supposed to have that? And about the time she figured it out, we were like, Katie, it's a blue sock. About the time she figured that out, I was like, it's a boy! And her face was priceless. She was just like shocked. She was like, what? She was so surprised because she thought that it was going to be a girl.
Yeah.
So it's very exciting. And, you know, I had mixed feelings in the beginning. I kind of really wanted it to be a girl. But again, as long as it's healthy, I don't care.
That's all I'm worried about.
I'm just, you know, so happy that God has blessed us to be pregnant. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, you know, a boy would be perfect because me and Katie are so close together in our pregnancies that we could have 2 boys. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's very exciting. Very exciting. And it would be if it was a girl, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but we're definitely excited. And we got an ultrasound just the other day.
Yeah, and so we'll definitely give you
She
guys...
got an ultrasound just the other day.
I know what you mean. We will give you guys a close-up of these They are very sweet, and we just didn't really know exactly. I didn't know how much you would be able to see. I was with Katie.
I didn't think it would be as obvious as it was.
I didn't either.
It was just how far along you are.
Exactly. And I was with Katie.
Olive,
don't get up
Olive.
there. Don't do that. I was with Katie when she got her 16-week ultrasound, because they thought she was at 20 weeks and it was her anatomy scan.
Right.
And she kind of knew that math wasn't adding up, but I was with her and you could really see.
Yeah.
And I cried. I was in that ultrasound with her, and I knew I would. They did turn the lights out and just barely got started, and I was like, she's like, "Oh, are you on there crying?" I was like, maybe a little. So I really didn't know how much you'd be able to see.
Yeah.
And so it's funny with the ultrasound. You know, it sounds so silly, but the first thing when I seen the baby, I just wanted to yell like, "Look, that's a baby!" Like, obviously, I know there's a baby in there, but...
Well, I was surprised how formed it was already. I mean, that's what, you're barely at the end of the first trimester.
Yeah.
You know,
so I was so surprised. I'm like, look, it's a baby.
Yeah.
It's just when you hear the heartbeat and you see it, I guess. And that's what Katie told me, that would really make it so real.
It was cool. It was very cool.
And then it was interesting because I actually got 2 ultrasounds.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Something about the way she did it the first time, it just was like under the wrong name in the computer system.
Said she did it under the wrong account or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So she had to redo it, I guess, so it would be like filed under the correct thing. And it was funny because, you know, they make you drink a lot of water. So right after the first one, I was like, where's the restroom at? And it was right across from there. Yeah. So, I used the restroom and finished up and was coming out thinking we're going to leave. And then she and Austin were standing there with the room to the ultrasound, or the door to the ultrasound room open again. And my first thought was, oh no, did she like look closer and find out something was wrong? So for 1 second I was like, oh gosh. But,
right, yeah.
You know, and then she explained.
Yeah.
But
no problem.
No problem.
She said everything looks as it should. Good heartbeat. Things good.
Yeah, and it was funny on this ultrasound. You could see more about him. He moved more, and you could see up closer.
He's an active little guy.
Yeah. So it was kind of neat that we got 2 back to back, because the second one ended up being able to see.
The second
more.
one was actually better. You could see more.
Yeah. So that was interesting.
Yeah. So
it's very exciting, and it's funny. I don't know. I just still have moments where I'm like, I'm pregnant. Really, I mean, because I'm happy. It just like happiness, but it's crazy, and
I'm sure it's still weird.
Yeah, and not in a bad way, but too that you could be 13 weeks pregnant, and I'm pretty skinny, but I'm like, it's pretty much the same.
You can't really tell, yeah.
Definitely if I feel sick, which that seems to be happening less and less, thank goodness.
Yeah.
But it's very exciting, and we have another bit of news that we want to share as well. But before we do that, we also just want to say thank you. People have already sent us stuff in the mail.
Yeah.
Subscribers. Yeah. So many people have sent Katie things, and we just want to say a big thank you. That's just
absolutely
so kind, and that means so much to us. So we want to say thank you for that for sure, and thank you for all the comments and prayers and well wishes. We just appreciate that so much. All the prayers for me and Katie, and y'all can just keep praying. I feel like everyone on this channel is really prayer warriors, and I really think that's kind of what helped us get through losing Miss Cindy. And she was sick, and she got pretty sick at the end, but I just really feel like it went as well as it could have, and I really think that's thanks to all the prayers, and then with Granny, as well as she's been doing. And so want to thank you for that, and we've got another bit of news to share. I feel like I've been talking so much, babe, so if you want to add something.
You're fine. I'm not much of a talker anyway, so.
It's true, I guess. So this is something that we have, at least I've alluded to a little bit in Mom's videos, but it's not something that we wanted to share maybe until we kind of knew more about what was going on, but we want to go ahead and share that now. So we might be moving. Might be.
This depends on a lot.
Yeah, it depends on a lot, and so that's really kind of all we know at this stage.
Yeah.
We've had the opportunity to buy my aunt and uncle's house, which is close to my parents, And so our house is, you know, currently for sale right now, and we're kind of in a waiting game.
Yeah.
So
Kind of just in limbo right now, just waiting.
Yeah, kind of in limbo.
See, you know, if we can sell our house, if so, you know, if it would all work out.
Yeah.
If it would all make sense. So
we're kind of in limbo with that, and that's been a lot going on. So that's
a lot of things all at once.
It is, yeah, a lot of exciting things.
Yeah.
And another reason we wanted to mention that was because since we may be moving, we're not going to decorate for Christmas this year.
Yeah, I mean, we just figured, I mean, we already had to pack up a lot of stuff and kind of declutter the house a little bit. Yeah. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense. You know, if we sold the house in the next week, well, then we'd have to just take it all back down. So
yeah, so
just figured it didn't make a whole lot of sense to put it up this year.
Yeah, it just doesn't really make sense, unfortunately. And that's another thing. I don't know. I just wanted to share on here because we love decorating for Christmas, and we had several videos about that last year. And I know people would probably eventually maybe be wondering.
Probably wonder.
But it just doesn't make a lot of sense to put it all up if we have to tear it back down.
Right.
And because we did kind of declutter and move some of our things, a lot of the Christmas decorations are not even in this house anymore.
Yeah, that's it. So
it doesn't necessarily make sense for us.
Anyways, it's a hurry up and wait type of deal.
Yeah,
so,
it is. It's kind of a hurry up and wait.
Anybody who's ever sold a house knows how that goes.
Yeah, and that's very true. So we're just trying to be, you know, very prayerful about it. If it works out, then that's great. But if not, then it's just not what God had planned, and that's okay too. So, but that is something we wanted to let y'all know about, and that we're kind of going through or dealing with, or I don't know. That makes it sound like it's a bad thing.
Just something that we're doing.
Yeah, just something on our plate.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
But it is very exciting. Lots of things going on right now.
Mm-hmm. Lots of stuff in the works.
So, yeah, we just feel so blessed that, you know, we got baby boy and he's healthy. And
that's right.
And that's great. And Katie's doing good and she's healthy, and we're just very thankful for that. So, and just thankful for the opportunity, you know, the possibility of buying my aunt and uncle's house, even if it doesn't work out. You know, I'm just thankful for that opportunity.
Yep.
And that's nice.
Yep. But we'll see. You know, worst comes to worst, we like this house.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. And that's what
there's nothing wrong with us staying either.
Exactly.
If it doesn't work out for whatever reason.
Exactly. And that's what I always go back to is if it doesn't work out, then we're blessed beyond measure. Can't complain about nothing.
Yep. I mean, we're lucky to have a house. So
absolutely.
No matter what, we can't complain. So
that is true. So that's just kind of what we got going on, and so I guess we'll wrap things up.
Yeah.
I need to go and start wrapping things.
Literally wrapping things.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I gotta wrap stuff. But since, you know, there's the potential of moving, all of that stuff is at Mom and Dad's, and anything else I've bought, I've just had shipped there.
Right.
Just trying to keep this house clutter free, so
much as
go
possible.
over there and wrap.
Yeah. So.
Which is good.
So, that's what we're doing today.
Yep, that's what we got going on. We will leave y'all here. But again, just thanking you for the prayers and everything that people have sent for me and Katie both. I mean, this channel has just been so amazing to have this community, and we feel so blessed. We appreciate each and every one of you. We love each and every one of you. And thank you for watching. God bless you. God keep you. And we'll see you on the next video.